But anyone who knows anything about the music industry knows it's not only about the music. Isaac Hansen. Here are 25 really weird and curious tales from music industry history. 25. Debbie Harry was almost abducted by Ted Bundy. Debbie claimed she had accepted a lift in New York from a mysterious man who attempted to abduct her and whom she later realized was the infamous serial killer Ted Bundy. However, Bundy was living in Utah at the time, and according to his biography, had never visited New York. It appears this was just a trick to boost Blondie's album sales. 24. Charles Manson auditioned to be a member of the Monkees. Even though this isn't exactly an impossible scenario, since more than 437 people tried out, and Manson was writing music at the time, there's only one problem. At the time of the auditions, Manson was in prison. 23. Elvis, Tupac, Bob Marley, and Jim Morrison are still alive. And they all live happily together on a beautiful island that no one can find on a map simply because this island exists only in the wild imagination of some die-hard romantic fans. 22. Lady Gaga is a hermaphrodite. Gaga herself added fuel to this fire in December 2008 when she reportedly wrote, "It's not something that I'm ashamed of, just isn't something that I go around telling everyone. Yes, I have both male and female genitalia, but I consider myself a female." 21. My Way karaoke killings. This refers to a number of fatal disputes in the Philippines that arose due to the singing of My Way popularized by Frank Sinatra in karaoke bars. According to the local authorities, at least 12 people died between 2002 and 2012 while singing the song. 20. The Best New Artist Grammy Curse. Is winning the Best New Artist Grammy really a curse? While it might be for artists like Milli Vanilli, Men at Work, Amy Winehouse, and Jodie Watley, you wonder how true it is when other winners include Mariah Carey, Sheryl Crow, Christina Aguilera, Adele, and the Beatles. 19. Ozzy Osbourne bit bats and drank their blood. On a 1982 tour at a show in Iowa, a fan threw a live bat onto the stage. Thinking it was a rubber toy, Ozzy bit its head off, and as a result was rushed to the hospital for rabies injections. 18. Courtney Love murdered Kurt. Many hardcore Nirvana fans believe Courtney Love hired a hitman to kill Kurt Cobain in order to inherit his millions, despite there being no forensic or even circumstantial evidence to support this assertion. 17. Frank Zappa used to eat poop live on stage. There were rumors that Zappa was once challenged to a gross-out contest, and he triumphed by taking a poop on stage and then eating it. Zappa stated, however, "For the record, folks, I never took a on stage, and the closest I ever came to eating anywhere was at a Holiday Inn buffet." 16. Jay-Z is a time-traveling vampire. In a photograph released in 2013, there was someone who looked a lot like Jay-Z. The picture, taken in 1939 by Sid Grossman, caused many conspiracy theorists to believe Jay-Z is a vampire, an immortal, or maybe just a time traveler. 15. Pitbull predicted the disappearance of MH370. In 2012, Pitbull released Get It Started. The lyrics include the lines, "But for now it's off to Malaysia. 2 passports, 3 cities, 2 countries, 1 day." YouTube commenters alleged that the 2 passports pertain to the stolen Austrian and Italian passports used by 2 Iranians. Also, that the 3 cities refer to the capitals of Malaysia, China, and Vietnam, and the 2 countries are Malaysia and Vietnam. 14. The Beatles got high in Buckingham Palace. There was a myth in the 1960s that the Beatles smoked a joint together in Buckingham Palace before accepting their MBEs. However, it was Lennon who came up with this story, but the band later confessed it wasn't true, as they'd have been far too scared and shy to do such a thing. 13. Jack White and Meg White are siblings. Jack and Meg White of the White Stripes decided to lie about their relationship because they didn't think critics or fans would take them seriously if they knew the truth, that instead of the brother-sister band they claimed they were actually husband and wife. 12. Keith Richards' blood replacement. There have been rumors that Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones managed to overcome his drug addiction by having his toxic veins pumped clean and replaced with completely fresh blood. Although Richards underwent a medical procedure to filter his blood of impurities, he admitted that the idea of a complete blood replacement was a joke at the expense of gullible journalists. 11. Michael Jackson owned the Elephant Man's remains. In 1987, according to rumors, MJ paid $50,000 for the remains of Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. However, this was proven false because the remains were not available as they had been destroyed in a Nazi air raid on the Royal London Hospital during World War II. 10. Elvis was undercover for the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. Elvis did have a strange desire to work for the DEA and wrote a long letter to President Nixon asking to do so. However, he was fobbed off with an honorary DEA badge. 9. The real Eminem is dead. Even if you were never a fan of Eminem, you might have heard about Eminem dying in 2005 in a car crash and how the new Eminem is a clone of the real one. Actually, some of his fans believe the original Eminem was a decent, talented guy, while the new dude is just a member of the Illuminati. 8. And so is Sir Paul McCartney. Way before Eminem, however, there was Paul is Dead, which suggested that Paul McCartney of the Beatles died in 1966 and was secretly replaced by a lookalike. In September 1969, American college students published articles claiming that clues to McCartney's supposed death could be found in the lyrics and artwork of the Beatles' recordings. 7. Robert Johnson's deal with the devil. It was believed Johnson met with the devil at a crossroads and traded his soul in order to become a great blues performer, and he did indeed become legendary, but not until long after his death at 27, which occurred, of course, at a crossroads. Some think Johnson's song Crossroads is cursed, as many artists who have covered it, such as Leonard Skinner and the Allman Brothers, have had tragedy befall them. 6. Roy Orbison was blind. The Big O usually wore perfectly normal glasses, but left them behind when he went to support the Beatles on a tour in the mid-60s, and so had to wear sunglasses on stage. The dark, oversized shades quickly became his gimmick, leading to the widespread rumor that he was blind. 5. Led Zeppelin's contract with the devil. According to rumors similar to Robert Johnson's, the band made a deal with the devil to ensure its success. The only member not to have taken part in the pact was bassist John Paul Jones, who thus far has avoided major hardships. 4. Gene Simmons' unusually long tongue. There was a myth in the 1970s that Gene Simmons had a cow's tongue surgically grafted onto his own. Rumors said Simmons had this procedure to help him develop the character of the demon that he portrayed on stage. In reality, Gene just has a long tongue for a human. There's nothing more to it. 3. A Rihanna video predicted Whitney Houston's death. In the We Found Love video, there are shots of prescription pills falling down the screen, driving home the reasons for the character's descent into a drug-induced safe haven relationship. The bathtub scene is quite chilling, and it's easy to imagine Whitney Houston replacing Rihanna in the scene. 2. Fleetwood Mac's guitarist curse. Following Peter Green's departure, Jeremy Spencer went AWOL in LA in 1971. He was eventually found among the Children of God cult. Danny Kirwan was fired in 1972 after a drink-fueled episode that saw him bashing his head against a bathroom wall and smashing up his guitar. And then the curse struck again. Mick Fleetwood's wife, Jenny Boyd, had an affair with guitarist Bob Weston. He was also fired in 1973. 1. The Cursed 27 Club. The The 27 Club includes great musicians who died at age 27 but managed to achieve so much in their short lives. Members include Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Brian Jones, and Kurt Cobain. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 2 videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.